Morning. My name is Karen Rowe, and I'm excited for our storybook summer. Thanks so much for tuning into this pre-recorded video. I am out of the time zone, so I'm not able to do this live, but moving forward, we'll meet together in real life. Today, we're going to go over dictionary and glossary, and to start it off, our storybook today is The Word Collector by Peter H. Reynolds. Collectors collect things. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Others collect rocks. Some collect art. Some collect bugs. Others collect baseball cards. Some people collect comic books. And Jerome, what did he collect? Jerome collected words. He collected the words he heard. My trip to Peru was perfectly pleasant. Certain words caught his attention. Peru. He collected words he saw. Willow tea shop. Certain words jumped out at him. Willow. He collected words he read. Certain words popped off the page. Emerald. He's reading Wizard of Oz. Short and sweet words. Spark, bloom, drift, dream. Two-syllable treats. Treasure, motif, whisper, candid, hover, glimmer. And multi-syllable words that sounded like little songs. Guacamole. Kaleidoscope. Wonderful. Geometry. Symphony. There were words he did not know the meanings of at first, but they were marvelous to say. Aromatic, vociferous, effervescent. There were words whose sounds were perfectly suited to their meaning. Molasses, torrential, smudge, bellow, Tyrannosaurus rex. Jerome filled his scrapbooks with more and more of his favorite words. Jerome's collections grew. He began organizing them. Dreamy, science, sad, action, poetic. One day, while transporting them, Jerome slipped and his words went flying. As he began to pick them up, he noticed his collection had become jumbled. Big words next to little words. Sad words next to dreamy words. Blue harmony. Infinitesimal star. Silent orchestra. Jerome began stringing words together. Whisper, symphony, electric peace. Words that he had not imagined being side by side. Savor, dreams, cascading, stars. He used his words to write poems. He used his poems to make songs. They moved. They delighted. Some of his simplest words were his most powerful. I understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. You matter. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. The more words he knew, the more clearly he could share with the world what he was thinking and feeling and dreaming. One breezy afternoon, Jerome climbed the highest hill, pulling a wagon packed with his word collection. He smiled as he emptied his collection of words into the wind. He saw the children in the valley below scurrying about, collecting words from the breeze. Jerome had no words to describe how happy that made him. Reach for your own words. Tell the world who you are and how you will make it better. Peter Hamilton Reynolds. At one point, Jerome was trying to organize all of the amazing words that he had found. And he got not too far in that project before he spilled them all. But we also organize our words that we use in a lovely book called a dictionary. Oh gosh. This is my dictionary. I'm kind of obsessed with words, so it's a really big one. Dictionaries are wonderful, amazing things because they have tons and tons of words in them, and they tell you a lot about the word. They tell you what kind of word it is. Is it an action word or a person, place, or thing word, a verb or a noun? Or does it describe? Is it an adjective or an adverb? It also tells us the different meanings that some words have. So for instance, the word bark can be like a dog, woof, or it can be like the bark of a tree. So if you look up the word bark in a dictionary, you'll see both of those definitions. And then it can also give you a sentence that shows you how to use that word. So for instance, if we look in this dictionary and they have the word cermet, and it tells us that cermet is an alloy metal. And then this dictionary doesn't actually have sample sentences, but sometimes it'll say, the blacksmith used cermet to build his latest robot. And it will use that word in a sentence. But this one has so many words, I guess they ran out of room to put sample sentences. So dictionaries are a way to organize the words, and we're going to dive deep into this and learn exactly how it's laid out and all of the different parts of it in just 1 second. But another way that we organize words sometimes, if we have our nonfiction books, our not fake, our true books, oftentimes as you're reading through here, they will have words in there that may be bolded or are in your captions, and you may not know what those words mean straight away. So in a lot of nonfiction books, they very kindly give you something called a glossary. And a glossary is just a miniature dictionary specifically for whatever book you're reading. So this is a book all about families of animals, and this glossary gives us all of the family animals' names. And it tells you how to say it and what it means. And then this one even tells us what language it comes from. So we're going to talk more about dictionary pages and glossary pages, but I want to give you a second to grab your dictionary page. Hopefully you guys had a chance to print off this dictionary page. If not, just have it pulled open and switch your screen, like do it part of it dictionary and part of it me, so we can look at this together. So this is just a printed dictionary page, and there are some features that we want to talk about. We have 2 kinds of words in a dictionary. We have entry words and guide words. So we're going to start with guide words because they're kind of like the person that guides you along. They're like your shepherd if we were little sheep. And they're going to show us where to go and where we need to be in our dictionary. So the arrows are pointing to the guide words. So the first thing, I guess we need to back up. Dictionaries are in alphabetical order, which makes it very easy to find what you need as long as you know the alphabet. So guide words. This first guide word, bear, is going to be the first entry word on the page. And the last guide word, beyond, is going to be the last entry word that you will find on that page. So knowing the alphabet and seeing these 2 guide words, you'll be able to decide whatever word that you're looking for, is it yes on this page or no, it's not. If you're looking for the word ball, which is B-A-L-L, it's not going to be on this page because this page starts with B-E words. If you're looking for the word boat, B-O-A-T, it's not going to be on here either because our last word is beyond. It's still a B-E word and we need a B-O word. So that would tell us we need to keep turning in our dictionary to find it. So your guide words are always going to be at the top. Sometimes you'll have 2 on one side and 2 on the other. Sometimes they'll be broken up 1 and 1, but just know that they're up there and those guide words will guide you or show you where to look for what you're looking to find. Now we're going to talk about entry words. So guide words tell us where to look in the dictionary and what words are going to be on that specific page. When you get down to looking at specific definitions, Those are called your entry words, and they are bolded. They're a little bit darker than the rest of the words in there, and they are also in alphabetical order, of course. So we have beetle is the entry word that we're going to look at, and you can see that it's bolded. It's a little bit darker, and right next to it, there's a teeny, teeny, tiny N, and that N is for noun. This is a noun. It's a person, place, or thing, and of course, beetle is a thing. So we have our entry word, we have our part of speech, N for noun. Then next to that, it gives us our definition, a flying insect with hard wing covers. And the definition is just written with normal, straight up and down letters. And then if you keep looking, that gives us a sample sentence. The Goliath beetle pictured here weighs as much as a sparrow. Holy moly, that's a huge beetle. It's the size of a bird. So for every entry word, we have a bold word, and we know that if we're looking for something specific, if we're looking for belly, we can just look at all of those bolded words and go down our list until we get to belly, and then we can stop. And we know after that, we're going to see our part of speech, our definition, and our sample sentence. And they're always going to be in ABC order. Glossary, again, is like a little miniature dictionary in a nonfiction book, a not fake, a real book. And the example that I just put up there is about an artist who paints murals. Now, you may know what an artist is, but you may not be confident about the word mural. And since she is a painter, you might think maybe she's painting something. But if you'll flip back to that glossary, again, it's an ABC order, and go down, down, down the line until you find the word mural, you'll see that it is a large-scale painting on a wall. So glossaries and dictionaries do the same thing for you. They tell you the definitions of words. They're always in alphabetical order. A glossary just has a much smaller group of words because it's specific to whatever that book or story or subject is. Just a little introduction to dictionary. You may know some of it, you may have learned something new, but we're just going to reinforce these skills over and over. We'll talk about dictionaries and glossaries some more later on, but you're not done. So you get to play Kahoot, and it's a challenge. So that means instead of playing live with me right now, you have until the end of the day to play it anytime you need to. The pin and the link are in the Google Classroom and in the syllabus and in a couple of different places, so you can pull those up. Big thing to remember when you sign up and it asks for your nickname, use your real name. And we're always going to use our real name, not a pretend name. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, I don't know who Bobby Pants is, I need your actual name. And two, our highest scorer might win a prize. So you'll want to put your real name in there. So if you are our highest scorer, I know who to send that prize to. So you have your Kahoot challenge to do. We also have an assignment to make a dictionary page that's in your Google Classroom. And it's going to include all of those key things that we've talked about. We're going to have guide words, entry words, the part of speech, a definition, 2 definitions actually, and some sample sentences. So I have showed you an example and I've given you just a little template to fill out. We're not making a whole dictionary page. We're going to have guide words like a whole dictionary page, but we're just going to have one entry word. And this is going to be a made-up word. So the example that I used was the word phrasin, which is not a word, like, at all. But I decided that phrasin could be a noun, a thing, and that my definition for that noun was a dried grape that has been frozen into a tasty treat. Not a real thing, totally made it up, but it sounds kind of good. And then I have a sample sentence that I made up to go with it. Meyer wanted a yummy snack on the hot day, so he pulled some phrasins out of the freezer. So my sentence kind of lets you know a little bit about it. It's cold, it's something you can eat, but it doesn't just repeat the definition. For my second definition for phrasen, I decided this time it was going to be a verb, something you could do. And I decided that it was when you're so cold and so scared you can't do anything. You're just frozen. And so my sample sentence for that is, the dog thought he wanted to go for a walk, but one step outside and he was frozen. It must have been a very snowy day or something. I hope it's not been too noisy. So go ahead and make up your own amazing word. It can be anything you want, obviously school appropriate. You can spell it however you want to. It can be a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb. You can make up any definition you want to. This can be as silly or as serious as you want it to be. And just get that completed in your Google Classroom and get ready for bingo next week by printing off your bingo card and filling it out. There's a list of words after the bingo card, and you don't have to print it. If you don't have a printer, you can just draw some squares on the piece of paper that look like the bingo card and fill it in. But if you do have a printer, it'll just be a little bit faster for you. You'll pick any of those words to fill in anywhere you want to on your bingo card and just have that ready to go next week so you're ready to play with us, because again, prizes, hello. One last thing. In the Google Classroom for week 1, there is an entry question, and it's just a short yes or no, or maybe it's multiple choice, so just click the answer for it. This is how we're going to take roll so that I know that you are here. Also, I'll see your Kahoot answers, and I will, of course, see your dictionary page when that's finished. But make sure you do that entry question today and get it done. You have the rest of the week to finish your dictionary page, but there's no time like the present, so you might as well do that today too. And your Kahoot challenge is over. There's a limit, a time limit, and so make sure that gets done also. I am so excited to see your faces and get to know all of you over the next 8 weeks. Thank you so much for your patience and following along with this video. We'll have a similar format moving forward, except it'll be real life and you'll get to talk and type to me on Zoom. So stay tuned. Have a wonderful day. Don't be scared of dictionaries. Use them and have so much fun with your week and making up your word. And I cannot wait to see what amazing words and sample sentences and definitions you come up with.